We used to struggle with customers' item size and weights and the cost for inaccurate estimates. And we also ultimately had to cancel some jobs. It was when we found Live Switch Contact. Their video tool for quoting changed everything. We saved $5,000 in the first month alone. And our only regret is we didn't try them sooner. All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Mornings with Movers. I am Dwyght Mack with Moving Force, your on-demand team for every move, as well as Mack's Moving Training. So if you guys need to get your staff up to speed, we basically have the training for you. Um, but we have Nikki here with us, and give me 1 second, just so that we make a formal introduction for her. Um, let's see. So, is it Nikki or Nicolai? How do you like to be preferred?
Well, my official name is Nicoline, uh,
Nicolina.
but I usually go by Nikki.
Okay. So we have Nikki here, who actually is a travel agent in very many words. I'll let her explain kind of like the title and stuff, because
Mhm.
she's just not a travel agent. She oversees a lot of people.
Yes.
So it got to be a different type of title for that. And
Mhm.
she actually has two travel agencies, one Tokyo Tours and the other one is Elite Travel XP. So I want to let her talk about that because I know it's a little different from our normal talk about the direct moving industry, but everything relates when it comes to systems, processes, dealing with customers. So we're just going to give a little different spin on it today, y'all. But Nikki, yeah, tell us a little about yourself. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm from Amsterdam. I'm Dutch. But I lived in Tokyo for 10 years. I moved there back in 2011, and I was married at the time with a Japanese guy, so it was his lifelong dream to go to Japan. So I quit my job and moved to Tokyo for him. And that's when I started my business, Tokyo Tours. That's my first business. With Tokyo Tours, we provide guided tours for tourists all over Japan. So I have a network of 75 guides spread out over Japan. They're all local and they operate from different areas. So we can provide guides in different cities. Um, because the Japan is a very thin, long stretch country. So if a guide would have to travel with you, then first of all, he would not be local to the area, so he wouldn't know everything a local knows. And second of all, the travel time can take up a few hours, so it's cheaper and easier if you use a local guide instead of someone who's traveling with you.
Gotcha.
So, hmm?
No, I was like, gotcha. Yeah, no, so that's actually really good, and cool, all at the same time. Now, I was a travel agent for a short period of time as well. I guess enjoyed it. It's definitely a challenge because
Mm.
of all of the third party apps out there that makes it 10 times easy to just, kind of avoid a travel agent.
Mm-hmm.
And, obviously sometimes, people see, oh, well, if I work with this travel agent, there's definitely going to be a markup on it,
Mm-hmm.
so that's kind of a lot of scary places as well. But you also got to look at it as probably these third party sites have a markup too. It's just they streamline it so simple that it is just like, oh, well, I guess that's the price.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, for me, it's different because Japan is actually a different country altogether. Because
Hmm.
a lot here is still in Japanese and people don't speak English very well, so we can still give a lot of added value that you wouldn't have with if you would go by yourself. I mean, you can do it by yourself, but it just requires a lot of time and a lot of research to um, know where you're going, know how you're getting there, how long you have to spend at each location. Um, and that kind of thing. Like there's different kinds of railway companies. So that's why I also started Elite Travel Experiences, because with Elite, we offer drivers so people don't have to figure out how to go from A to B, but they'll have a driver with them the whole time, and he will pick them up and drop them off at all the locations that they want to visit, where they have more freedom to explore by themselves rather than having to stress like, oh, which exit do I need to take? Where do I need to go? So, yeah.
As a moving business owner, your day starts with a plan. But what happens when your movers don't show and that plan falls apart? Last minute no-shows. You're left to bootstrap, jumping in as an extra body. Yet sometimes, even that's not enough. This isn't just a disruption, it's a barrier to your business growth. Introducing Moving Force, your on-demand moving team. With Moving Force, say goodbye to no-shows and hello to peace of mind. With reliable, on-demand staff ensures you're never undermanned, turning your operational nightmares into a thing of the past. Moving Force, where every day is moving day and every move is smooth. Empower your business and keep growing without missing a beat. Join Moving Force today and move forward with confidence.
Tell me more about that. Like, so how's that set up? Like, and is it only in a certain country that you're doing the elite, or where's that?
Well, currently, since we are still a startup, we're starting in Japan because I just know most about Japan since I lived there for 10 years. So currently we have 3 different trips to Japan. One is 10 days, one is 14 days, and one is 21 days.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all different routes. So even if you book, you can do one and then still do the other ones as well, because it goes to different places. So it makes it interesting.
All right, I might have to talk to you about taking that trip from the States to Japan, because 10 days don't sound bad.
Yeah, exactly. You get to see a lot of things because you're with the car. So instead of having to figure out which subway to take and where to transfer, because if you take, for instance, Shinjuku Station in Tokyo, it has 90 different exits.
What?
So almost to 100. So if you're walking around there, it's like different levels, and then some of it goes underground, and then you're at a certain level, you're like, oh, and then Google Maps is like, the circle is like this big because there's so many tall buildings around. So Google Maps has no idea where you are, and it's just like, figure it out on your own. Good luck.
Jeez. Okay. All right. So, got a couple questions for you. So, when people plan travel, they're really
Mhm.
planning a transition. How do you help clients manage that shift smoothly? Now, I believe you kind of mentioned that by having a lead.
Mhm.
Is there anything you want to add more to that question?
Well, yeah. So basically, we have already a set itinerary, so they can check out which different options we have. So the 10 days, the 14 days, and the 21 days, and they go to different cities. And then if you go to our website, you can also see um, more or less what you're going to do during your trip.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have a lot of AI integration. So as soon as you book the trip, then it creates a profile for you on our website. And that way it's easy for us to keep in touch with you because there's a lot of AI integration in the website. So as soon as a client books the trip, then all our partners will also get notified. The hotels are booked automatically. So that's
Mm.
nice. So I don't have to put any effort in that. And then the drivers are booked automatically, and the client also receives updates like, oh, it's only 2 weeks before your trip. Make sure you have your visa if you need it. And have you thought about this? And don't forget to pack this and that kind of thing. And then as soon as they arrive in Japan, we also give them updates like, oh, tomorrow your driver by this and this name is going to pick you up. This is his license plate. So please be aware. And this is what you're going to do. It seems like tomorrow is going to rain, so don't forget to pack an umbrella. So that kind of thing.
Okay, okay. Jeez, just with that system, yeah, she just answers so many of my logistical questions
Mhm.
because it's all about automation.
Yes, it
Can
is.
we automate our process so that we do less work and burn ourselves out less?
Hmm.
And that's the way the world is going. Now, yes, we could talk AI, but right now we're just going back to the basics of automation.
Hmm.
Um, Systematized. So whether you're in the moving industry and you're dealing with a customer and you want to make sure that, hey, they can't their information came into the system, they're looking for a move, they automatically got a text message because it's all about for maybe I don't know too much about the travel in regards to this, but it's all about first touch, first point of contact. So,
Yes.
systematizing your text messages and emails to go out to a customer as soon as a new lead come into your system so that they know that, hey, someone is going to call me back. It's not just a
Yeah, exactly.
dead-end inquiry.
When your team isn't trained, mistakes happen. Jobs go wrong. Customers complain. And your business? It suffers. At Max Moving Training, we help moving companies like yours build strong, reliable teams from the inside out. From mover and driver training to sales, operations, marketing, and leadership. We give your people the skills to succeed. When everyone is trained, everything runs smoother and your business grows stronger. Training isn't optional. It's essential. Stop guessing. Start training. Join Max Moving Training today.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to keep your promises as well. So if you promise to do something, like call them back or give them an update or send them a message, then that's crucial.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, I think it's probably similar in the moving industry as compared to the travel industry in the way that you're only as good as your last job. So if you get
Yes.
a bad review, then it will be so much harder to overcome that. So fortunately, with Tokyo Tours, we have over 600 five-star reviews. So we have a
Nice.
5.0 score on Google, which is very exceptional. There are very few companies that have a perfect score. So we're very proud of that. And because of that, we are also receiving a lot of rewards or awards, I should say. So later this month, I will be traveling to Barcelona to pick up the World Luxury Travel Award on behalf of Tokyo Tours. Uh,
Nice.
so I'm very happy that I've been nominated a few times, but this is the first time that I actually won the prize. I'm very pleased with that. So that's going to be getting a nice spot inside my house.
Congratulations on that. Sometimes I don't believe these rewards, but sometimes I do. Like, so we like because there's a lot of awards out there.
True.
And when I had my moving company, and I still have one, yeah, just so y'all know, but it's on a lower scale now. But when I had my original moving company, we won an actual award for being one of the top 10 best moving companies in our area. And
Hmm.
I was like, is it real? Like I know we do a great job, but I guess for me, it's all about every day is every day. I take it one day at a time. And what happened yesterday is yesterday. So I'm going to just work as hard as I can today, make sure we do the best job we can for our customers and move on to tomorrow.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Well, that's another thing that I always tell to my guys, never apologize for anything. And the reason for that is I believe that if you apologize for anything, that implies that you did something wrong. And I don't like to think in those kind of concepts in right and wrong. I only want to think in solutions. So instead of saying I'm sorry, they need to say, "Oh, I understand you feel that way, and I'm going to make it up to you. We're going to create something even better, and or I'm going to take you here instead of here, and in that we try to think in that kind of way. So how can we give the client an even better experience rather than apologize for things that went wrong?
Exactly. Okay. So the moving industry also deals with unpredictable schedules. What lessons can movers take from how travel agents stay adaptable?
Well, first of all, when you have a job, you need to check out, you need to prepare properly. So you need to check out the weather, you need to check out the route, you need to check if there's anything going on right now, if it's like protests or um, roadworks or for us, we use mostly public transport. So maybe a certain exit is closed that you're used to taking. So if there's any information that you can gather about where you're going to go that day, I mean, for us, it's sometimes not always too predictable what you're going to do because we work with a lot of travel agents as well. And one of the tours that we offer is Welcome to Tokyo tour. And basically, the client has no idea what's going to happen. So the tour guide has a lot of leeway in how he or she is going to design the day. So basically, they can propose something on the spot, and whatever they feel like, they can push for that and say like, this is going to be great. Let's go to the fish market and you can try some different kinds of food and get introduced into Japanese food culture if that's something you like. Or you can say, no, let's discover Japanese pop culture and go to Akihabara or Electric Town where everyone is dressed in a weird way and lots of electronic shops with different gadgets that you won't find anywhere else. And I can show you all these weird things that only happen in Japan. So depending on what the guide feels like, they can just propose something to the client on the spot. But if it's already predestined, like, oh, this client has booked this particular tour and has this kind of expectation, then it's better to make sure that you've done your homework and nothing is going wrong that day.
All right, guys, my name is Brandon. I'm with Mack's Move Management, and here's 11 steps on how to have a perfect move. The first one, the office should call, or your dispatcher should call the customer 2 days prior to arrival. The reason for this is just in case the customer has a closing on the house, maybe they weren't able to secure, a babysitter for the child or a pet sitter. You definitely want to call 2 days in advance. This helps the customer be prepared, and you make sure that you as well know that you're going to a customer that's also prepared. 2, the crew should also call the customer prior to arrival to the home. After the guys have already geared up, you got all your equipment in your truck, you got your address punched into your GPS, go ahead and either the driver or the helper, give the customer a call or a quick text, let them know that you're en route to your location and provide them with the ETA. This also sets the expectation for the customer to be back home just in case they want to drop their kids off to school. For the third one, look to keep the customer happy, break the ice in the beginning. So pretty much this means when you walk up to the house, knock on the door with your best mannerism that your mother taught you or father, you knock on the door, introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Brandon. I'm the foreman. This is my helper. And you introduce the team that you have with you.
Okay. No, that's really great. I was actually taking in all of what you were saying, and I was kind of like going through my questions that I have for you. And I'm like, she's answering all of my questions before I even asked them. So no, that's awesome. So yeah, no, you're basically going over a lot of how the customer can um I guess build trust with your guides.
Yeah, that's
And
very
there and obviously communication is key as well. Um And I think that you're really hitting on it, but I want to kind of like, I guess, bring this a little bit more to light. But what advice would you give movers with regards to building trust and communication to elevate their client experience?
Well, what I always do with my guys, I say just take a few minutes, like 5 or 10 minutes, and first of all, introduce yourself, of course, and then go over what the client can expect for that day. So if they have any questions or had different expectations, then they can raise it right at the beginning instead of waiting at the end, because then they're already disappointed and they're already annoyed. And then you don't have that many options to change things or to make things better. So it's better to get all of the complaints in the beginning, and then you can react on it, or you can explain things, or you can anticipate, or whatever it is you need to do,
Hmm.
rather than get it on the end when there's not much that left you can do to change the situation or to make it better. So I think it's very important that the client has the correct expectation in terms of time frame, in terms of management, in terms of costs, in terms of how smoothly things are going to go, rather than at the end when they're like, oh, I was expecting something totally different and I'm not happy with this, and this went wrong and this went wrong. And I felt this could have been better. So yeah, just take a few minutes and build the rapport. Make sure you get the client on your side and they actually like you. Then, if something unexpected happens, then they're more likely to forgive you for it because they already feel like we have some kind of connection or relationship or whatever, rather than if you don't say anything and then they have completely different idea of what to expect.
Gotcha. So do you think it's doing too much? Like if a company decided to do like an introduction video after like, having an initial conversation with the customer and they're like, hey, they send them an introduction video like in an email and like, hey, this is how our service is going to work. This is what to expect, or should it just kind of like keep it as simple as possible?
Well, if you can do it in 30 seconds or maybe 1 minute or less, then I would advise you to do it, because nowadays people have very short attention span and it
Yes.
needs to immediately, you only have like 5 seconds to grab someone's attention. So if you send the email with a video, a lot of people will think, oh, I will get to it later. It's not so important.
Mm-hmm.
When they do open the video, you only have 5 seconds to grab their attention before they're like, oh, I'm not really interested in that, or I need to do something else right now. I'll get back to it later. And then they don't. So even if you do send a video, I would still take like 5, 10 minutes to uh, go up to the client and to say, oh, I sent you this video. I don't know if you had time to go over it, but if not, I would like to touch on certain points, like this is what you can expect for today. This is our service. This is what is included and this is what's not included, and those kind of things. So at least the client will know what to expect, because people don't read and you only have like 5 seconds to grab their attention with the video. So even if you send the email, if it's too long, then people will be like, oh, okay, I don't have time for this. I'll get back to it later. So there's
Yeah.
always people that are unprepared and they don't know, and then they're like, oh, I didn't like this today.
Okay, okay. So two questions for you before we head out for the day. So
Mhm.
you manage travel agents. What's the hardest part about leading a service-based team?
Leaving a what?
What's the hardest part about leading a service-based team?
Leading a service-based team. Well, um, preparation, because we expect all of our guides to be independent agents. They all work from home, basically. Um, So we manage a team that's spread out over Japan. So we don't see them day to day. We don't have an office or anything. So first of all, it's difficult to have personal connection with people that you don't see every day. So we do a lot of community building. So we have for two different areas in Japan, we have a group app, and we have two different apps for two different areas. So we have one that's for work related stuff, and one is more for like socializing, that kind of thing. So we push that as well. So we try to get the guides to socialize together and hang out together and get to know each other, so they have more of a connection with the company. And second of all, we do a lot of work for them. So as soon as the job is definite, we will send them all the necessary information, and we make sure they put it in their calendar, because sometimes people mix up or forget things. So we send them a lot of reminder emails, like because sometimes we send them a job that's like 6 months away or 8 months away. And so it's not going to be top of mind. If they forget to put it in their calendar, we can get into a lot of trouble if the guide doesn't show up for the job.
Hmm.
So yeah, we also send them reminder emails like, okay, this March you have this, and this going on. So just want to make sure that you have all of that in your calendar, even though we already sent them the information beforehand. And then afterwards, because we work with so many different travel agents, we have different ways of being paid. So sometimes the guide will get paid in cash. Sometimes they will need to send out an invoice. So in case they need to send out an invoice, our admin department already helps them with that and already creates the invoice for them. So all they have to do is mail it out. So they get the instruction, they get the invoice,
Hmm.
they get everything. And they also get an overview like, okay, so this past month you worked this many jobs, and this is how much you were paid for these jobs, and this is what you still need to invoice. So that kind of thing. So we first of all focus on community building to get the relationship, and second of all, we give them a lot of help in their day-to-day job, a lot of reminders, and to make it as easy as possible, because it's so much easier to retain staff than it is to get new staff. So
Oh, yeah, definitely is.
yes, yes. So I feel it's very important. That's why we also pay our guides really good wages. So we pay based on commission, because there's a lot of providers out there that will only pay their guides by the hour. So it doesn't really matter whether it's one person or 10 people, the guide will still get paid the same. But
Hmm.
with us, it's commission based and it's a percentage. So if it's more people, then they also get paid more. So
Mm.
if it's a group of like 10 people, then you can get a lot paid per day. So that also makes it more interesting. So yeah, pay them well, make them feel comfortable. I've even had guides that quit working for me, and then after a year, they came back and were like, "Oh, I think I may have made a mistake. Would you mind hiring me back? Because I felt that you're such a good boss and I really enjoy working for you, and I would love the opportunity to come back and be part of the team again." And of course, I'm always like, "Yeah, of course, you can come
Yeah.
back and work for me again." So yeah, be a nice boss. Don't be a shitty boss. It's always easier to be a jerk than to be nice. So don't be that jerk and treat people with respect and kindness. And be good to your staff, and then they'll be good to you. They'll be loyal. They'll want to work for you. They ask for the reviews. They want to make your business better, because it's a two-way street. If you give them the love, they will give it back to you.
Definitely, definitely. All right, y'all. So we are at the top of the time. Nikki, it was amazing. Great answers to the questions because it was eye-opening on how, we could turn these into systems and processes for the moving companies. And you guys sometimes have to just think outside the box when you hear a lot of these, maybe outside the industry conversations, because basically all these systems and processes all relate to business.
Mhm.
So how you run your moving company is going to be based on you and what you bring to the table. So when you hear these outside perspectives on systems, automating, uh, being kind to your employees, all this relates back. But Nikki, can you leave your on your calling card like something that people can remember, so they can schedule some trips to Tokyo?
Yeah, for sure. So if you're only looking for a tour guide, then go to www.Tokyo Tours, and Tokyo is spelled the Dutch way, so not with the Y, but with the I, so Tokio, and then tours, tours.nl, because we're based in the Netherlands. And if you look for a more holistic approach, and want the whole trip done by us, then you can go to www.elitetravelxp, and the XP stands for experiences, .com. And you can follow us on social media, on under Tokyo Tours, or you can follow me personally, at Nikki_Amsterdam on Instagram. So yeah, just slide into my DMs if you have any questions, or go to one of my websites, and we would love to help you out.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So I'll have those links down below on this video when it goes live, so y'all guys can book your vacation because we are in off season. You might as well get it in now. So, all right, Nikki, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, sounds great. Thank you for having me on.
Definitely. All right, y'all, keep turning up. We'll see y'all next week.